grab your math paper, and we're going to be talking about equal groups again.
Alright guys, here is your math lesson 133, and you have your problem of the day. Also, you have your multiplication, and guess what? It's only one-sided. You'll be so excited. Also, the tough ones are down here, but let's try and memorize these tough ones that are in the box. And really try and challenge yourself to do these without looking at the answer or using your fingers. But by memorizing, you guys know what multiplication is, and it's very important that you start memorizing. So we are going to turn to our paper that looks like this. And we are going to be talking about equal groups, which is a review because we've already discussed equal groups. So we are going to use the number 6. Okay, and we're going to do 2 groups using the number 6, and then we're going to change it and use 3 groups using the number 6. So we're going to go ahead and work that out visually first. Alright, so here you see 6 of these rectangles. Okay, the first one says we want to split this 6 into 2 groups. So if I did that, 6 would be 2 groups of 3, okay? But now we want to make it into 3 groups. Okay, do you see how to do that? Now, it's the same amount of rectangles, and it's the same number of them, and now we're breaking it into 3 groups instead of 2 groups. And in each group, there are 2. All right, so back to this. If we took 6 and we put 2 groups, we knocked it into 2 groups, how many were in each group? Do you remember? It's 2 groups of 3. Okay? And then if we put it into 3 groups, it was 3 groups of 2. Okay? And how we can check this is 3 times 2 is 6, and 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, let's try it with 8. We're going to take 8, we're going to put it in 2 groups first, and then in 4 groups. Alright, so now we have 8 rectangles, and first we're going to do 2 groups. So we're going to split them into 2 groups. If we split them into 2 groups, there are 4 in each group. Okay, now if we take this group of 8 and put it into 4 groups, and then we're going to do it evenly. Okay, you have 4 groups of 2. So let's go back to our paper. Alright, so 8 can be 2 groups of 4, or it can be 4 groups of 2. Alright, we're going to try it with 10. Now this time we're going to think about it in our head. Okay, so if we have the number 10 and we want to split it into 2 groups, that would be 2 groups of 5. Okay, do you guys kind of see a pattern? And if I have 5 groups, they would be 5 groups. If we took 10 and split it into 5 groups, it would be 5 groups of 2. Okay, so let's do 15. Alright, now we have 15 rectangles, and we want to make 3 groups, okay? Think about it. 3 groups of what equals 15? So you got to kind of revert back to your multiplication. So we're going to put it into 3 groups evenly. Some of you will be able to do this in your head, but let's see. If we divided this 15 into 3 groups, there would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we had 15 would be 3 groups of 5. Okay? Now, the other one says 5 groups of, so now we're going to make 5 groups. Okay? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 groups. Oops, one group went off the screen. So we'll put them up there. Okay, so how many are in each group? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so this is 5 groups of 3. So now let's go back. 15, 3 groups of blank make 15. 5. You know how else we can try it is 3 times 5 equals 15. But that also means 5 times blank equals 15 as well. So 5 groups of 3 is 15. Okay? We're going to do 12 together, and then you guys are going to do 20 on your own and then check your work. All right, so now we have 12 rectangles here. We want to split them into 2 groups. So we're going to just split them nicely into 2 groups. Okay, so for 2 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we split 12 into 2 groups, I think I can fit this under here. It would be 2 groups of 6. And we can check that by going 2 times 6 equals 12. You could probably do this one 3 times what equals 12. But we're going to show you it anyways. So now we're going to take these same 12 and we're going to split it into 3 groups. Okay. Okay, so how many are in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 groups of 4 equal 12. And we also know 3 times 4 equals 12. Okay? Now we're going to change this to 4 groups. So we're going to put this all together. Now we are going to try 4 groups. Can you see that one? I don't want it to go off the screen. All right, so now we have 4 groups. 4 groups of how many are in each? 4 times what equals 12? You put 3, you are correct. Oh my, now we need to make 6 groups. I'm going to put this all together. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's 6 groups. Don't want you guys to get confused. So there are 6 groups. How many are in each group? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 6 times what equals 12? 2. Okay. So I want you to do 20. So go ahead and put this on pause, and then we'll see if your answers match mine. Do your answers look like mine? So 2 groups of 10 is 20 because 2 times 10 is 20. 4 groups of 5 equals 20 because 4 times 5 is 20. And 4 times 5 is the same as 5 times 4. So it's just the grouping is different. 5 groups of 4 still equals 20. And 10 groups of 2 equals 20. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our classwork today. That was a kind of a fun review, kind of on the easier side. It's just a different way to look at multiplication problems. All right, Mrs. Baldari's class has 12 markers. Each child needs 3 markers. Draw a picture to show how many children can have markers. Okay, so now we need to take 12 and divide it into, and each child needs 3 markers, so we need to figure out how we need to divide this. Okay, so we're going to draw the 12 markers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we have the 12 markers. Just like we started with our 12 rectangles, now we're going to circle groups of 3. So 1, 2, 3, I'm going to circle this one. 1, 2, 3, I'm going to circle this one. 1, 2, 3, I'm going to circle this one. And 1, 2, 3. So how many children can have markers? So each circle represents 1 child. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. How many children can have markers? 4 children. Are you pretty excited that the lines are there? We don't have to draw a line? All right, number 2, it says circle the best number sentence to estimate the sum of 47 and 39. Remember our rule for the number in the ones column. If it's over 4, let it soar, means go up to the next 10. So this is over 4, so this is going to be 50. And this is over 4, so it's going to be 40. So we need to find the one that's 40 plus 50. There we go. All right. Now it says, where is the happy face on this coordinate graph? So the happy face is right here. So if you remember, it's over then up. So we always start at 0, 0 and count over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we're going to go up 1. So the happy face is on 4, 1. Now it says put a blue dot on 0, 3. All right, so remember you start at 0, 0, and we don't go anywhere because it says over 0, but you go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and you put a blue dot right there. Please use a crayon for this. I'm being a bad example, but I wanted you to be able to see it. Okay, now here it says James, Nicole, Clem, and Crystal share a dozen. What is a dozen? This is going back. A dozen is 12 muffins equally. Draw the muffins on the child's plate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These look like mushrooms, not muffins. 10, 11. They're just fluffy. 12. All right. So remember, we're not artists. That's not what you're graded on. I want you to make sure you know the concept. Okay, so how many muffins does each child have? Each child has 3 muffins. All right, number 5, I was going to say 5, 6, and 7, but it's just number 5. You have 3 options. You're either going to use 6, 7, or 8 in the box. Okay, so it gives you an answer, but you only use one of them one time. So you only use 6 once, you only use 7 once, you only use 8 once. Okay, so but we don't know which order it is, so we do have to do math. Okay, so 1 plus what would equal 8? 1 plus 6 is 7, 1 plus 7, so we put 7 here. So, but we have to still work it out, and 4 plus 2 is 6. So we used our 7, we can cross it out. So now here we know we only have 6 and 8 to be the options. So 2 plus what equals 0? Well, we know 6 plus 2 would equal 8, and it can't be 0, but 8 plus 2 equals 10. So you must carry the 1. 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Okay, they don't give you the answer because if you saw that, you would know. So you have to kind of do the math on your own. And we know that we've used 8, so 6 must go here. 5 plus 6 is 11. Carry that 1, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and down at the bottom, make sure you are answering the math first. 6 times 2 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. This is equal. 14 divided into 2 groups is 7. 15 minus 7 is what, everyone? 8. So Pac-Man is going to eat the bigger number. Okay. All right, 7 times 4 is 28. And 5 times 6 is 30. Pac-Man will eat the bigger number. If you're struggling with your multiplication, please, 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 please practice. Okay? And on the back side, if you have any questions, because it's just repeating what we just did with different numbers, go back and look at what we did and how we did it, okay? So if you have any questions, just let me know.